to worry about that anymore. Now just plug in some holes.
Right.
But we got to get your take because you are one of the superstar, the New York Giants, one of the superstars of the first night of the draft. I
Right.
would say you and the Browns slash Jaguars are kind of Giants, Jaguars, Browns for different reasons, obviously, but for the Giants case because
Right.
they came away doing kind of what I said that they would do, not
Right.
exactly at the pick number that I thought they were going to do it at.
Right.
5 picks later, they jump up uh, and grab Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss, the quarterback. We thought that maybe it was going to be Shador.
Right.
What are your thoughts? How do you feel about your Joe Shane Joe Shane revenge tour?
Right. And that's what this is, right? It's a revenge story. That's what it feels like, at least, But again, man, like it's been, it's been well reported that they were gonna get Abdul Carter for a minute now. So I'm happy about it, bro. I'm very happy about it. I was a big advocate. I wanted to get Parsons when he fell to us that draft, and we traded out of there, gave that pick to the Bears. They ended up getting Fields, and we ended up getting Tony, and we all know how that turned out. So, as far as that goes, as far as getting the number 11 Penn State linebacker
You got
finally,
Tony.
right? I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I think that's a good pickup. He could play inside. He could play outside. So I'm very happy about that, man. As far as the Jackson Dart shit, man, it's like every time everybody brought up Jackson Dart to me since yesterday, I'm just like, give me this, like, give me the Abdul Carter comparison. My brother's like, yo, Jackson Dart, they're comparing him to. I'm like, yo, bro, oh yeah, what they say about Carter? That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear about Jax, man. He's not irrelevant for another year anyway. So, but I don't know, man. It's like you know how that shit go, man. It's like if the coach, if that's what the coach wants and that's what the GM wants, then if it's your guy, you go get him, man. So at the end of the day, that's what they did. I'm not giving them. I'm not ecstatic about it. I'm not torn by it. I'm just on some like it's whatever. That's what y'all wanted to do. Y'all got Abdul. That was what we wanted. We got him. Y'all got rid of you lost your second round pick. You was probably gonna get a quarterback with that anyway. It might as well be the guy that you guys wanted, and that's what it seems like. Um, and I started watching that the Georgia Ole Miss game again this morning. I was watching it. And it's I threw that on because it was like I was big on Jalen Walker too. So it's like it's whatever, man. I don't feel no way about it. It's whatever, man. The kid plays well under pressure, right? That's what the stats say. That's what he's shown at one point he was leading, you know, I think he broke Eli Manning's passing record in Ole Miss. He was leading the fucking college whatever with your passing yards or whatever at one point. But all that shit means nothing to me as you know. Uh, like when he's ready, hopefully he'll be ready at some point. He comes in and does well a year from now, right? That's all I can hope for. Right now, Abdul Carter's a giant. I'm happy about it. We got another pick. We don't got to hope another. We don't got to pick in round two. We got to pick in round three. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah,
my
man.
take on it.
I just think I think it was kind of like throwing them a bone. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they could have sat back and waited to see because like they did say that they believe the Rams may have drafted him.
Right.
Um, you know, if it didn't end up. So just I'll throw a bone that Dable's kind of deal with. And you got to go quarterback at some point. If you're going to get hired, might as well take a chance on on a lotto ticket. Um, and if it hits, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't hit, you won't have a job anyway.
He was frozen, but his audio was going through. Go ahead. Hey, Flex, oh, Flex, we lost you a little bit there.
Yeah, I just feel like they had to do something at quarterback. You got to go out swinging at
Right.
some point. So I don't know. What are you looking at? You think they have to go wide receiver? I would assume with the third round pick. No.
I as crazy as it sounds, I almost want to get a interior alignment, defensive alignment. You know what I mean? We got the edge all covered up, but we need somebody in there with Dex, man. We got to free Dex or let them double door. We're never gonna free Dex. They're always gonna go to Dex first. Um, I'd like to see somebody in there that with some good size, a good run stuffer. Um, because I feel like Dex, even though Dex is a run stuffing, he's also a power rusher. So I want to see somebody in there that can stuff the run. So that's really what I want on the third round with a third round pick. I don't really have many guys I looked at, but I have this kid that I really like out of Georgia. When I was watching um some of this Walker tape, this kid just kept popping up, and I was like, "Yo, who is this kid?" Um, Tyron Ingram Dawkins, Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, Georgia. He's 6'4", 270, mad athletic, bro. And you might not he might fit with the 4-3 better with you like you guys, but he's a freaking monster, kid. Yo, you could put him at outside at the end, you could put him in interior. So, but you could get him. I'm assuming you could get him in the fourth or fifth round. So, but besides that, I don't really have many other guys that I really have like my eye on, but I wouldn't mind with the third pick to get an interior defensive lineman. Yep.
Um, but are you sure he's in the draft? Because
Yeah, yeah. He's not George and Felipe were having a hard time locating him too, but then Felipe found him he had a book with him on it. Um Dawkins, Georgia. I think they got him as an edge, but he's really he's a
yeah, but I
he's
mean that.
he's an edge in a 3-4, but he's I mean in a 4-3, but I feel like he could play more. He could play the 3-4 too.
Getting a lot of movement early here.
Oh yeah? What we got? I haven't even been paying
Yeah,
attention.
yeah. No, it just seems like every time I look.
Oh, Judkins went before damn.
Oh, Travion, yeah. So I don't
Yep.
know. I think we got like for the Jets. I think we got to go weapons. Weapon. I guess we could go weapon and a defensive player. You don't want anything to dry up when you're going into Saturday. Kind of get one
Right.
of the best weapons available. Get one of maybe the best defensive players available to you. Will Johnson, I believe, is still available unless he's
Yeah.
been taken. Unless he's been taken, but
Nah, he's
uh,
still there.
I don't know, man. It's kind of excited, kind of exciting, kind of. There was stuff. We started off early. I predicted there was going to be like a lot of movement. I didn't think that it was going to be
Right.
that early. That blockbuster.
Right.
Um, and also like if you look at it now, man, the Browns could have done what I kind of predicted them to do. That didn't happen, obviously, but they could have gone. They could have gone the Travis Hunter and still gotten Shador at the top of the second. I wonder if had they known he was going to slip to the second, maybe do they do the wait and see on that? But
Right.
I don't know, man. I think it's a lot of movement, a lot of good players still available. See, the
Right.
quarterbacks are obviously the biggest story, but I think what I was saying yesterday was like I think kind of
Hey, it froze right there. But yeah, that's crazy. Damn, what's up with now you froze right there. Like say that again?
the
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 last part.
quarterback part.
Yeah, you went right after the quarterback. I heard quarterback and then that was it.
Like what I said yesterday. the quarterbacks are not that good, and teams are gonna get quarterbacks are gonna get hyped up. But I feel like the teams are now realizing that they don't have to do all that.
Right. So what do you right here? What do you want to do here with the 10th with in the with the 42nd? Anybody specific you want here?
I mean, it depends. I mean, I like Jalen Noel. That was one of my guys in like for wide receivers, but he's a little bit small.
Hmm.
Um, Jaden Higgins went. I still like I guess Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor is a kind of like the top tight end left.
Right.
Maybe go that route because
Arroyo's
after
still
him
out
it
there,
kind of
right? You don't
dries
want
up a little
Arroyo?
bit. I mean,
Arroyo,
if they go with Arroyo, um, I don't know.
but you definitely looking for offensive. You
Available at
kind of
that point and like pick the best one. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Green. I believe Mike Green is still available.
yeah, he is, right? Because yeah, he is because of all that shit off the field issues, man. They must know something we don't.
Oh,
But from
yeah, but James
I
Pierce,
I forgot
they
right.
traded up for James Pierce, which is crazy.
It's funny because I was listening to somebody and they were like that they heard I think it was McShay. He was saying everyone he spoke to is like this is kind of the draft that you just want to get like locker room guys. You know what I mean? Like like the
Mhm.
and the like there's not like you don't have to take risk on like off the field issue guys really. You kind of have like you got good enough talent where if they're locker room guys that's gonna out it's not it's more valuable to have the locker room guys in this draft because of the lack of like blue chips or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this is a good one. This is gonna be it's gonna be a big one for you guys right here.
What was forgot that.
Whoa, hey, yo, right. Do we have any idea where Shador is going?
Huh. I mean, the Sa- the Saints picked.
That'd be crazy. I thought that too because I'm like, yo, that sucks because that whole matching Travis and
Yeah,
Shador shit never went through, man. But no,
because I mean,
they got
we just saw
48.
the Browns pass on him.
Right. Yeah, so they obviously never wanted him. This is Patriots are in. Yeah, that I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I thought there was a possibility that was
I
gonna
mean,
happen in person.
that's a star-studded one too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. My fault. I didn't know that. Sorry guys, I got my guy in my ear here. So if you see me speaking out of turn, I'm talking to somebody in my ear. Hold, hold on, pick is in, he says. Patriots pick is coming up. A mother has died after the draft pick. Hold on here. No, I didn't
No
actually.
way.
That's sad, bro. That's terrible. That's
No,
that's no. What? Holy shit.
that's terrible.
That's terrible, man.
What up?
Wow.
Yeah.
So Right. That is terrible, man. So the Steelers draft pick, first round draft pick, found out that his mother died. Oh, his mother died after he was drafted to the Steelers. How that's just so tragic and bittersweet, right? Because you just got your dream, your life goal, your life dream handed to or just happened, and then you can't even enjoy it because something that tragic happens.
No,
That's
especially because
sad,
like
man.
you might be thinking, hey, oh, I'm gonna get this check. I'm gonna be able to do something else. Like maybe,
Right,
maybe with the money that I'm gonna get, I can, upgrade the services. Maybe I have a
right,
chance, and it's just
right.
like that. That's awful, man. That's
That's
terrible.
all, yeah, man. Yeah,
Prayers
and
to
I, and
him,
I was
man.
I
That's
was very I was happy for him for where he went too, man. I thought that was a good. I think that's a good spot for him too, man. Great spot for him, man. So, man, it's tragic, man. But oh look, Travion Henderson, Ohio State, that Patriots. Wow, that's a nice little weapon there. You know they want to run the ball. We knew that was gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, I guess because Quinshawn, who's the Quinshawn was the bigger one, or is Travion the Thunder and Lightning?
um, yeah, I get that confused.
Well, I guess they.
But they're both like similar, right? One's a little stronger than I think it was Henderson though.
Mhm.
That's how
Golick
that's
Golick gives it an A+.
oh yeah.
That oh yeah was
Oh yeah. Nah, that's a
so
good that's a nice pickup right there. I like that for them. I know that's not, great for y'all, but he's a good weapon.
yeah,
But yeah, man.
yeah, that Vrabel. I mean, they're building a Mike Vrabel team. They're doing the
Exactly.
running back. They're doing the offensive lineman. I don't think
Right.
he wouldn't have it any other way, Mike Vrabel.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you kind of touched on that yesterday when we spoke about possibilities for Genty going to them and shit. But yeah, man. Any where we at now? The Bears again?
Yes,
Wow.
the
Yeah, that was a great little story, right? How he went over he went over there. Wait, who went to who? He flew him out? Right, right, gotcha. But
sorry. No, no. I'm currently not frozen.
yeah, the Bears is up. The Bears is up. Pickens in. But yeah, man. What else we got, Flex?
I don't know, man. Interesting to see when the run on wide receiver start. I thought it was going to start. I thought it was going to start with the Texans.
Right.
Yeah, with the Texans grabbing Jaden Higgins. Um, Luther Burden is still there. There's still a lot of good wide receivers, but maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's why they're doing the wait and see, getting the other players that are on the board. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think there's going to be a run soon on the wide receivers. Hopefully we can get one of them. I know we do need a tight end as well. So I don't know. I like, you know, is there any team that sticks out to you that you didn't like what they were doing? Any team that you did like what they were doing?
I really like what Atlanta's doing, man. Even last year, I liked the I was big on what's my guy's name from Atlanta? Penix. There you go. Michael
Okay.
Penix. You know what I mean? I liked the way they did that last year, and then this year, man. How can you? I mean, they waited and got Walker, which is amazing to me. Then they got back in and got Pierce. So now they like Man, that
I don't
they're
know,
gonna be
man.
young and ruthless, bro. That's a young
I don't know,
ruthless.
but they gave up a first round pick next year.
Yeah, that I didn't get, but
That I
I
mean, to me
yeah.
that's crazy.
There's your boy
Because
Luther Burden.
another wide receiver for the Bears.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. As far as giving up the thing, yeah. But as far as the players that they got is what I like. But you're right.
I just think they would have probably been better served doing that last year and getting, the top one of the top because they had Jared Verse they could have drafted
Hmm.
who, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm mistaken, won the defensive rookie of the year, or at least he was up in contention for it.
Yeah, he was.
But
Yeah, he won something.
if they go there and maybe trade up for Penix,
Yeah,
everything looks different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just
yeah.
think
Nah, yeah. Yeah. You're right. But as far as
have
I just I
you
just love
had
I
this is
just
a
love the
deep
fact they
edge
got Jalen
draft. You know
Walker.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And if
You're right.
you're gonna take a questionable edge, you could have taken Mike Green.
True, true. I was shocked that they jumped back in, but as far as like the players that they got though, you're right. But for the future though, yeah, that was a little costly. But as far as the players of this draft, I really like those two players. So Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, Edge, and Walker from Georgia. So which is
Yeah, no, you're bringing on Walker. Walker's a good player, but it's just like
yeah, man.
I feel like it's overkill.
Right, right. You're
I
right.
know they had. I
That's
guess they
good.
had. If you think about it, maybe they realized that they had trouble closing out games. When you have those edge rushers, man, closing out, you know, doing those, rushing the passer with that at the end of the game, that helps you close them out and win those games. So, I mean,
Right,
I don't know if that works in the situation if you're losing and you're always in those tight games at the end of the game. So,
right.
but I guess they have players all over the place. Um, I just thought that maybe there was a better place to use it. Um, I don't
Yeah,
know. I think we're good on the draft, man. I think too much wait and see. I did.
right, right. Yeah, man.
Um, Robert, do you have any thoughts on last night's game? Do you have any thoughts on last night's basketball game or games?
Big Knicks game. Nice. That was, right, right.
What do you think about the Knicks Pistons specifically? It was driving me crazy hearing Bart Scott talk about Stu Beef.
Stew beef? Is that what he was saying? Was he saying stew beef?
Yes, and it wasn't once, it wasn't twice, it was the whole. And every time I stepped into the car, he was saying, you're lucky Stu Beef wasn't there." And I'm like, "Yo, is he what? What is he doing? He's the Detroit guy
Oh yeah, that's right. If I didn't even think of that, that's terrible.
because
Yeah.
he's rooting for the Pistons."
Right.
Makes sense. What did I think about the game in general, or the chippiness? I love the chippiness. I love the animosity. I'm
Right.
sign me up for that all day. Um, you know what I will say. One takeaway that I have, and this is, I hate to do this.
I hate to do this. You usually love to do this.
Nah, I don't like to do this. Mikal Bridges, I'm starting to question if he is just like a name brand version of Campaign. I'm starting to
That's his.
question that. Just
That's his.
because they both have like a goofy looking J, and I'm really starting to know, like, and this is gonna make me. I'm not trying to come off sounding like a hater, but as underwhelming and as mid as Mikal Bridges has been, when he hits a J, he can't wait to do all types of dancing and tongue out and all that shit, that goofy shit, bro. You need to do a lot more before you start feeling yourself like that. And that type of shit gives I get Campaign vibes from him. And Campaign is he's just funny because we already know what Campaign is. Nobody has major expectations from him. Like Mikal Bridges, bro, read the room. Your acquisition combined with Cat, there's championship expectations here.
Right.
Your niggas just lost to the Pistons. You're in a dogfight on the road. Get the win and stop with all the dancing. You're in no way carrying the team. And listen, I love somebody who wants to showboat. I'm here for that. But it just gives off a different type of energy and type of juice when you got somebody who hits a big shot, a game-winning shot, whatever. You want to do a throw slash, you want to throw a hand grenade, Ja Morant, whatever you want to do. But Mikal Bridges, as mid as he has been, for him to be doing all types of this, I just look at that shit and I'm just like, the funny thing about it is, part of what I love about Jalen Brunson is he, for me, just as like, you know, being the captain, the leader of the Knicks, being the captain, leader of a New York team, he gives off very New York type of energy. Like he don't never smile. He's never happy, really. He's always like, he's not doing all of this dancing, showboating, showtime type shit. He gets his buckets, and he's very serious. He's all business
Ornery.
out there. Yeah, he's all business out there. And to me, that just gives off, you understand the assignment, you understand the expectations, and you understand what you need to do. And, like, that's the vibe I get when I see Jalen Brunson out there, dead ass, serious all the time. You know, he always seems to. And, like, listen, I understand that. I think Jalen Brunson is a rare breed in that, like, he always seems to say the right things. You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily the height of expectation I have for Bridges, but he just seems to really be clueless as in terms of, like, how he's viewed and what he's done. Like, brother, you got a lot more to do before bro, this is the playoffs. You doing dances with the Pistons and you just lost the game?
Right.
I don't know.
Is he defensive Tyrese Halliburton?
Oh, God, no. Honestly, I'm no huge Tyrese Halliburton fan. That motherfucker can't sniff Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton's a fucking Olympic champ. He's a gold medalist.
Yeah, no, I mean,
near Tyrese Halliburton.
I didn't mean to say, like, because obviously you can get a Tyrese Halliburton game where he scores 40, you know, everything he throws up is you know, he's hitting all these threes. But I just mean, like, in the grand scheme of, like, it just feels like Mikal Bridges is like such a front runner that if he gets a couple buckets early,
I definitely can agree with that. I definitely think, like, when you put it that way, I can agree with that. I just almost feel like
I'm not saying in terms of a player, because obviously,
like,
yeah. No, you're right.
I'm more comfortable making the Campaign comparison right now than I am how.
No. That's why I said. That's why I said defensive.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Because
that makes sense.
He was.
But the thing is, he's not even playing great D either.
That's what I'm about to say. The backup, what's his name? The point guard.
OG.
That was killing us. No, the one that was killing us.
Cade Cunningham.
Schroeder.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Yeah.
Yo, he was giving him the work when they put him on there. He couldn't handle him.
That's the one thing that was really
that pissed me off.
Yeah, go ahead.
That pissed me off. Two things that since you mentioned that celebrating thing, there was one point where he was in front of the Pistons bench. He missed a shot, and somebody grabbed it and put it back in, and he celebrates I'm like, bro, you just missed the shot.
Yeah, man.
Like I remember I yelled at my TV. I'm like, bro, you just missed the shot. That's one. And he's celebrating. And he's talking shit to the bench. How you gonna talk shit? You just missed the fucking shot. And another thing, I would love to see him move without the ball. Like, if they set screens and have him move around nonstop and then catch and shoot in that mid range, that's his game. He'll kill with that. But I just they give him the ball to bring the ball down the court. And then when Brunson's on the bench and he has to score, he's fucking they just give him the ball and ask him to create. That's not how he should be utilized. When Brunson's on the bench and you expect Bridges to put six, make a couple shots, 6 shots here and there, have him move about the ball, have someone else bring the ball down, have him move around the ball, set some screens, catch and shoot, boom, you're gonna get some points, man. His mid range game is real. It's just.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I really just think when it comes down to it is I just think he's not very good. He's a very limited offensive player.
Yeah.
And I just feel like asking for more out of him is trying to drain blood out of a stone. Like, he is what he is as far as offense. Like, he's a very limited offensive player.
Right.
I think OG has more offense. Like, OG is viewed as like this
has a bigger
limited
back.
defense only guy. He's much more versatile and he's much more of a two-way player than Mikal Bridges is.
Way more, especially recently.
I just feel like Mikal Bridges' game is very basic. It's almost it's like I feel like it's the more I watch him, it just feels like DeMar DeRozan but with less ball skills. Where it's like you're not really scared of him.
Really elevating him with these names you're throwing out. DeMar
DeRozan,
he wishes he could be DeMar DeRozan.
But without the ball skills.
Without the ability to play basketball, he's DeMar DeRozan. He's a tall black guy. That's what he is. That's what he has in common with DeMar DeRozan.
I'm taking away a very important part. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking out a fourth leg, so now they got three. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in terms of like you're not really scared of, with the three, because obviously he can hit threes every once in a while, but that's not his game.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan is just so he's just. If we're talking scale of 1 to 100 skill-wise, DeMar DeRozan, if he's at an 80, Mikal Bridges is a 40. He's not even close.
Right. Yeah. I just feel like I don't know. Just if he's gonna be here, you might as well try to get him involved. And if you're gonna try to get him involved, use him in a way that he can be used, and have almost similar to like a funny because we're playing the Pistons, like a Hampton, have him run around without the ball. Yeah, have him run around without the ball and catch and shoot type deal. But
I mean, I just feel like he could hit. He could hit a midi every now and again, but his midi is so unreliable. It's not. It's like his bag is empty. He has no bag.
His bag is the fadeaway. Fade away from the key.
His bag is he's like a magician. Like, when you put mad shit in the bag and then you open the bag and it's fucking empty. Surprise! Like, by the time tonight my bag is empty. Voila! Fucking abracadabra.
Yeah, but that's the trick. That's the trick, nigga.
You thought there was shit in here?
He made everything disappear. Nigga, he's a magician.
Sometimes he'll be balling. He'll have a little step back. He'll do he'll penetrate and pull up for a little midi, and it'll be like, oh, he has a little something. And then when it comes down to it, and you feel like you need him to get a bucket, like that's what I was saying about when I said on the show about Game 2, was that Game 1, if they would have kept him on the floor and not put in campaign, they would have lost Game 1.
Oh yeah,
right. Hell yeah, 1000%.
They went on that 21-0 run while he was on a bench, and the funny thing about that is, what that translated to? I'm gonna give you a funny stat that to me tells you exactly what Mikal Bridges is all about. Mikal Bridges in that Game 1, when they fucking they go on that 21-0 run with him on the bench. At the end of the game, the final plus minuses, all the starters of the game all have positive plus minuses. He was the only starter who had a negative. Plus minus stats for the Knicks starters in that game that they won. Carl Towns plus 22. Brunson plus 2. Josh Hart plus 20. OG Anunoby plus 10. Mikal Bridges minus 16.
Oh my
That's crazy.
God.
That's a 30-point swing between like the starters and him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In game
Yeah,
one, he
man.
gave you 8 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 3 fouls, minus 16.
And
he's out here
honestly, the
dancing
whole
with his tongue out, doing fucking snake charmer
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Body like a snake, man.
For real. Doing the R. Kelly.
No, but I will say, campaign. Like as much as I hate him, like he brought that edge in that game one. He did bring that edge.
Hell yeah.
That because I feel like when he came back and started talking shit and like, doing like because they were just sitting there taking punches. You know what I'm saying? And at least as ridiculous as he looks talking shit, sometimes you need that. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'll take it as much as I like. I know that the other team hates watching it because I hate watching it as well. But I just feel like somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to, like somebody's got to, like, kind of get these niggas to like, yo, wake up, yo, you're getting, yo, you got these niggas is like eating like all in your grill, like highlighting on national TV, like how you're falling, you're getting the allegations that are tossed out, like, oh, the Pistons are the big bad Pistons and they're gonna punk around the soft Knicks. Like you're letting it happen. So
And to the point that you made before, Campaign came off the bench and he brought that attitude, he brought that energy, and he was doing his shit talking while they were losing.
Right.
yeah,
Mikal Bridges is not bringing no energy when they're losing. He wilts. It's when he hits a shot and they're already up, they're already up 12 and he ends up hitting a bucket. Then he's doing, walk like an Egyptian.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to
doing the
see
dinosaur.
he's doing the Steve Martin,
Yeah, it's crazy to see how the moment somebody puts like body to him, the way he just like shies away from it. Like it's like he wants no part of like that physicality.
And he's built,
I don't know, man.
and he's built
Listen,
crazy.
I'm sorry.
Man.
It amazes me that at any point he was viewed as a better player than Dante DiVincenzo. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, he's
That's racism.
the king.
That's what that is.
Yeah, that's what Jesse Jackson was talking about.
For real.
Jets pick is in. Hold on, I get it. Jets pick is in.
There it is.
There it is.
Shador Sanders.
Mason Taylor. You want to give it flex?
All right, so we get the son of former NFL player getting drafted by the Jets, and it's exactly who you expected. Tight end Mason Taylor out of LSU.
Right.
The son of I don't know who's he's the son. He's the son of
Lawrence Taylor.
No, he's the son of Zach. He's the uncle. Zach Taylor's his uncle. Jason Taylor is his dad. I don't even know
Zach
who.
Taylor, the coach?
I don't know. No, Zach
Bengals coach?
Thomas. No. It might as well be Zach Taylor.
Oh.
But yeah, exactly. Like it's kind of what we alluded to earlier, man. Once they moved on Warren, and I was telling your brother, man, your brother has a real I don't know, man. I think he buys into the hype where he's like he wanted Tyler Warren, but I'm like, you know what? He wasn't even the first tight end pick, man. That should alleviate some concerns, because if you were picking 7 and he didn't get picked till 14, you basically were picking the 14th, the player who was going to get drafted 14th at 7. That's not value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're still getting Mason Taylor, widely regarded as the third best tight end in this
Right.
draft. So,
Exactly.
I'll
It's a good
take it.
pick. Yeah, it's a good pickup. I was a Loveland guy myself, so but yeah, no, he's a good player, man. I mean, and he got the background, he got the genes, he got the stature. So yeah, man, you got your
So
tight end. You got your
we'll
tight end.
leave it we'll leave it at that because I got the Mets game and I got the
Yeah.
rest of the draft to watch. I got my son waiting upstairs
Oh,
because
I'm sorry about that, bro. Yeah,
no, no,
I
no. All
fucked
right,
up. I
we
fucked
said
up
for
today
now.
too.
No, no, no.
Nah, but
It's not
I got stuck in
no.
my son's game, man. The fucking
All good, man.
we're
What
running late.
I literally I'm in the same boat, so we don't
Me
have to
too.
apologize, man.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
All right, fellas.
All right,
All
doggies.
right,
Good
good
shit,
luck
man.
to
Pleasure.
you for the rest of the draft. We got to do some type of,
Recap.
because I'm sure that the seventh round is just as important. No,
Yeah, well, actually, the
That's
seventh
where
round has.
championships are won.
Yeah, right. There's a Brady out there for you guys, somewhere out there.
you think so?
Nah, nah. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. I doubt
All
it.
right. Well, just finishing out. What are the final needs for the rest of the draft for the Giants and the Jets?
Well, for the Jets, I'll start just because we just picked a tight end, so that kind of eliminates that. Our O line is set. I think we need a wide receiver and we need an interior defensive lineman and a sprinkle and a safety. You know,
Mhm.
I think
Is
if we do,
this guy Lazard still on the roster or no?
yeah, he took a like a $7 million pay cut to stay with the team, which is crazy.
Did they tell? Oh, they didn't tell him. They didn't tell him Rogers left. Oh wow, that's crazy. How could they do that?
It's like, yo, listen, Aaron wants a little bit more money, man. If you want him to stay, we're gonna have to take a little bit back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, sure, coach. I'm in this. All for one and one for all.
You know what I
You know,
think is
they,
gonna happen? I think the Steelers are still gonna end up taking Shador Sanders, and then the guy who famously dropped in the draft is gonna mentor the next guy who famously
ooh,
dropped
yeah, I
in the
like that.
draft.
I like that. I thought of
Okay,
that earlier.
okay. But as
Yeah.
far as the Giants go,
And
I think
Travis Hunter is gonna be a bum, just for the record. I want that.
Ooh,
I
you
want that
want that
on
out
wax.
there?
Yeah.
I just, you know how
Let it be
crazy.
said. Let it be done.
I just
Well,
went crazy.
you
to say
guys
them.
are the draft gurus. Help me understand this.
Go ahead.
Why is Travis Hunter so valued so much? Is the expectation really that he's going to be a elite level at both positions? Is that confirmed? 'Cause I've yet to hear anybody say for sure what position he's even playing.
Well, I think the intrigue with him is obviously it's a few
Obviously.
premier players in this draft, but I think there's
Wait, say that again. I missed
there's
it.
two there's like one of the premier players in the draft. So I just feel
But
like
why? You say obviously. It's not obvious to me. Why is he?
no,
That's the
well
question I'm asking.
I'm saying obviously in terms of like what you can sell to a fan base and what's sexy and all that stuff. You just won the Heisman, but there's actually like there's
Yeah, but
two
no, but wait, before you go on, but how is that a sell? What are you selling?
I'll tell you.
because
That he won the
where I was.
Heisman? There's been plenty of Heisman winners that don't even get drafted.
No, but what I'm saying is there's two schools of thought. There's people who think that he can be an elite wide receiver in this league, and there's people who think that he can be an elite cornerback in this league
Why? Based off what?
based off his play.
So his college resume tells people that he can be an elite corner and or an elite receiver in the league.
Correct.
I'll tell you this, and this is how I like to
Who is he
verbalize
covering?
it.
What bums in that fucking conference is he covering? Who are the elite receivers that he covered?
Well, he actually got torched by one of these guys that's coming out this.
No, I'm asking genuinely. Like, who are the elite receivers who he covered, and who are the elite corners who he cooked? And
But,
if
I mean,
he's,
I
and
just
if, and
think
if
that
his resume is so impressive, why is Shador Sanders' resume not impressive at all?
Right.
Well, but I mean, quarterbacks
I
are just
can't make sense of that.
yeah. I mean, it's not supposed to make sense. That like I'm not trying to make you. There's no point that I can make that'll make sense for you because in general, this doesn't make sense. the whole thing doesn't make sense because it's like
Okay, so at
who
least
picks
so
and
that so we because
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to figure, because I just feel like it has just been sort of blanket accepted. This guy is elite talent. You're getting the best player in the draft. It was between him and Abdul Carter, and I kept on hearing that, and there was never any pushback really. I have yet to hear anybody give any legitimate pushback and ask the questions that I'm asking. Like
Mhm.
they didn't even play any real important games, and
yeah.
he
I mean,
wasn't playing nearly the same type of elite level talent. He wasn't covering elite wide receivers in that conference with Colorado, and honestly, just the way that those games went, those games were so wonky in terms of the lopsidedness of the scoring.
Yeah.
When you're not playing in the elite competition in college, I'm always very skeptical when it comes to grading somebody out. Just if you're telling me it's just off of his measurables, I mean, okay, I don't buy into that. But I'm just like, it just seems like there's been no question asked. He's gonna be elite, but it just amazes me that there's no questions asked. But I've yet to hear anybody define what he's gonna be. Is he
Right.
going to
yeah.
be a wide receiver or corner? People can't even answer that. They just say he's going to be great. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
That's part of but that's part of the intrigue.
Right.
It's like
He's gonna
normally
play both
you have to
sides.
pick.
He's going to play both sides full time.
No,
No, he
not
can't
full
play.
time. You got to sprinkle. You got to. One of them is gonna be less.
See, that's the thing I
And
don't understand. I just feel like no one is asking these questions. I don't get it.
right.
Yeah, but
No.
it's like
He's gonna have a primary position though. It depends what you
yeah,
want. What you want.
and like I just think that that's part of the intrigue. It's like he'd be one of the top wide receivers and he'd be one of the top cornerbacks. Now the intrigue is that you're the one who can pick which one, and it's both premium positions. So it's like, you know what? If he's not that good here, we can turn him. If he's not a great wide receiver, we could turn him into a full time cornerback. So it's just the
So
flexibility,
let
and
me ask
and
you
and,
this:
and
if he never played, if he never played corner, he would have been drafted number 2 overall as a receiver only.
maybe top 10. But the thing is, if you're getting a top 10, if you're picking a
And
top
if he
10
never,
wide
well, hold
receiver,
on. If he never
uh,
played receiver and only played corner, then where does that how highly rated would he be as a corner
I
only?
I mean, he'd still be getting the attention just based off all the attention that Colorado got, and he was the number one prospect coming out of high school, number one overall prospect in America. So, he had eyes on him already.
Mhm.
Obviously, with Dion, he's going to get more eyes in Colorado. So, I just think that with all the eyes that were on him already, it probably helped in his favor for the Heisman. And plus you get oh, cornerback and wide
Right.
receiver. If he dedicated himself to either one, he would have been a top 10 anyway. So now we're cutting our probability. We're doubling the probability of him being a good player because now we have two positions to choose from. So it kind of I don't know, man. I'm just trying to
I don't
I'm
buy
just
that. I
trying to
don't I
throw
don't
stuff.
buy that he's gonna be I don't buy that he's gonna be both.
Mhm.
I don't think he's gonna be able to sustain doing both at all. And
Mhm.
if he tries, I think he's not gonna be good. I feel like it's disrespectful to just think that anybody could just step in and do both like that.
Right. Right.
Like
Yeah, that's crazy. That is the craziest. Funny.
like
We
coming out of Colorado, playing against garbage ass comp, playing against Colorado State, bro. I'm not impressed. Like I don't know, man. Like I just don't understand how it's just become like this just avalanche of consensus that we can't wait to see. Like intrigue, yes, I understand, but I'm not
Mhm.
hearing I'm intrigued. I'm hearing he is
Yeah.
this, he is
Yeah.
that, he is, I'm hearing
Right.
definitive what, like intrigue don't get you number 2 overall. Intrigue gets you, Michael Penix the ninth, or wherever he was drafted, what I'm saying, like a
Right.
top 10. But like the fact that it was never a question that he was gonna not be one of the top 3 picks ever.
Right. Right.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like, that was just wild to me. Like I just like coming out of Colorado, like like when do you see somebody coming out of a program like that had like really no success, very little competition.
Yeah.
I'm
And
like, wow.
I've got a number
like
two pick. I've got a number two
like,
pick for you.
Was it Dion that just sold the shit out of it, or like what was? I don't know. I have a lot of questions that I feel like I'm not hearing anybody asking. That's why I'm asking y'all.
I've got a number two pick that didn't play any competition. That kind of got helped
that's
by the
what no, but
buzz.
that's what I'm thinking about. You're reading my mind, because I didn't want to say it because I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to take jabs, but that I'm getting those vibes. Like when you have somebody that comes out of one of these these schools that they don't play against that top flight type of comp, and I feel like especially at corner, like.
Right.
You want to tell me some guy ended up at a small school and he was playing quarterback, and he maybe didn't have to play against necessarily the top defenses, but you could tell that he makes all the reads, he processes quickly, arm strength, accuracy, ability to read a defense, et cetera, et cetera. Sure, I can buy into that. Right. But I feel like when you're talking about a corner, you have to have top level elite ability, and I feel like you're only gonna be able to see that against top competition. Right. Like covering Justin Jefferson is not the same as covering Colorado State's #1 corner, bro. It's a fucking it's two oceans away.
Right.
Like covering the top receivers in the big leagues is not nowhere close to what he was seeing in Colorado.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And
he's going to get an opportunity, though.
That Shedeur Sanders was never capable of pushing the ball down the field. All he did was throw screen passes. How much receiving did we actually see from Travis Hunter to know that he's this elite talent at receiver either?
Yeah.
I just don't know. I can't.
It's a good question.
I can't square those, and I feel like I haven't. I don't know. I just haven't heard anybody saying it.
A great question, but as the great your boy Dave Sampson would say, you gotta wait to see, buddy.
Imagine that. Well, we shall see. And I feel like listen, if there was ever a chance that he was gonna realize this potential, I feel like he ended up in the worst place to do it. I'm sorry.
It's not going to be in Jacksonville.
And I wasn't kidding when I said, like, yo, I think the best thing, not only for Shedeur Sanders, it might be the best thing for Travis Hunter to get Shedeur Sanders to be with the Jags. So he at least has some chemistry and some familiarity there.
Yeah. I mean, if he keeps falling, why not?
I don't know what to expect from Trevor Lawrence next year.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, maybe he ends up being, maybe he ends up being fucking Shohei Ohtani of football and proves me wrong. But I don't see it. I'm just, it don't add up.
But like they say in Missouri, this is, you gotta show me me state.
Shohei
me state.
Shohei me.
That's what they say out there. It's not me. I'm just saying what they say.
In Missouri.
Anyway. Yeah, they say that. It's close to Colorado.
Is that where he's? That's not where he's from. Is it? Where is he originally from?
Jacksonville area.
No, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I take it all back. She's gonna turn the franchise around.
There you go.
Hometown kid, make good. Maybe they should go get Lamar. That's what they should do, because he's from that like Central Florida area too. Not quite Jacksonville, but
I didn't know he was from out here. That's crazy.
Lamar?
No.
Yeah, he's from Travis.
Hunter. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But I guess it makes sense because
Kodak Black and all them.
What's his name? Dion has all these. He has all his eyes in Florida.
Central,
he sees all the prospects
Florida
out there.
Goons.
Yeah.
All right,
but I'll let y'all go do the thing.
Good
luck with the rest of the draft, and good luck to the Knicks on Sunday.
Sunday, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Big cat game coming. Watch.
Big zesty cat. The big zesty cat.
I can't hate on Cat. He's been okay. He's still done some of his doofy last minute fouls, but
Nah, he
know.
played well last
He just
night,
needs
yeah.
to. It's almost like he's still like learning how to grow into his body. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
he
mean,
has those movement
he's
skills, but
yeah, he's a little old for that. What is he, 32?
yeah, oh yeah, of course. But you still see some of the dangling, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you know what, like it's almost like when the doctor, that you see that on the cartoons, like the doctor hits your knee and then you
Yeah,
react.
yeah,
It
yeah.
just feels like it takes a little bit longer to like the reaction of his movements to get to the feet and to the hands. So
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson
just
really
a
killed me
little.
yesterday, man. Killed me. That
Damn,
was
man.
that was of my 5-3 record yesterday. 2 of those were on Mitchell Robinson. 2 of my losses. If it wasn't for him, I'd be
Damn.
5-1.
Fuck.
He
Crazy.
couldn't grab me 6
Rams.
rebounds. You couldn't get 6 rebounds.
That's crazy. Damn.
Terrible.
All right, gentlemen.